What's up everybody, I'm Daniel, this is Daniel About Tech, and today I'm obviously talking about the iPhone 7 because it will be released on Wednesday, September the 7th. So I just wanted to make a final video rounding up all the final rumors, but not only that, because a lot of people has done it, but actually showing you all the pictures like that I found online that are going to be very likely to be on the final version of the iPhone 7, but actually giving you my thoughts about if you should or shouldn't upgrade to this iPhone. And that is, of course, if the rumors are correct, which it is 90% sure they are. So let's go ahead and dig in. So first of all, let's go and talk about the rumors. So the first rumor I'm going to talk about is the design. Okay, I'm just going to show you some pictures right now of the design of the iPhone 7. Okay, as you guys can see, we can notice definitely the camera, the antenna lines, and some other aspects that I'm going to show you picture by picture so we can analyze it much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about colors. Alright, so colors are something that a lot of people are interested, especially when we had the rose gold, when we had the gold iPhone, we had new colors being added to the iPhone lineup. And it's something that everybody gets very excited. So as you guys can see from this image, we can see from left to right the gold iPhone, the space gray, the silver, the rose gold, and the space gray. Okay, so this is what was expected to be until last week, but we have something new about colors, so stick around till later in the video that I'm going to show you what it is. Apart from that, we have the possible lineup of the iPhones. Okay, maybe we will not just have two iPhones like we have an iPhone 7 and an iPhone 7 Plus. Maybe we'll have a third option. And as you guys can see from this image, we have the iPhone 7 Pro on your left, an iPhone 7 Plus, and an iPhone 7 Standard. So as you guys can see from the images, the difference between the iPhone 7 Pro and the iPhone 7 Plus is the camera. Alright, and we're gonna go in depth a little bit about this with the next image. So as you guys can see from this image right now, it is a dual lenses camera system, but it is not necessarily 3D. No rumors have talked about 3D images or 3D videos on video capability on this iPhone 7 Pro or just the iPhone 7 Plus, but there is a chance that there will be the 3D images, okay, 3D video capture, but it is not sure. What is more likely is that both lenses will work together to create a normal photo, but one with high exposure and the other one with low exposure. So you're gonna have a true knitted black and white photo if you want, or just a photo combining those two images with a great result. Okay, and just going back before a little bit about talking this topic about this camera, the difference of the 7 and Pro and the 7 Plus would be the camera itself and speed. Okay, but we are not sure if we're gonna have three iPhones. There's a chance we're just gonna have two. So the iPhone 7, the normal one, and the iPhone 7 Plus or Pro. Okay, so just two devices. So we'll have to wait. Okay. One more thing about the camera. Going back to that first image that we had, that we're seeing both iPhones right here, the 7 and the 7 Plus or Pro, if we just have two. The iPhone on your left, the iPhone 7, has just one lens, but it will probably have optical stabilization. Okay, so when you're taking a picture, it will have like it's not digital, it's an optical thing like in professional cameras that will stabilize your image, so you're not gonna get those blurry effects. So that's pretty cool. And one of the rumors is saying actually that only the iPhone 7 will have this. So the iPhone 7 Plus or Pro will not, which is something that is very interesting and different. Okay, moving on, we have something that a lot of people are talking about, and that is the lack of a headphone jack. Okay, you probably have heard about it, everybody's talking about it. So we'll probably end up with a design like this one that I'm putting on the image right now. So two speaker grills, one on the right, which was already there, and one on your left. Okay, that could change. Maybe we'll have this, or we're gonna have an image like this one I'm showing you right now, with a speaker grill on your right and on your left just the microphone. But it's very unlikely we'll see that. We're probably just gonna see two speaker grills, like in this other image. This is just the just the body of the iPhone. So on your right and on your left, speaker grill. So I have a double speaker grill for increased volume and quality, which is really interesting. About that topic specifically, I think that the lack of a headphone jack is not really a good move. I don't know what Apple has planned with this, but it is always interesting having the possibility of having an actual headphone jack that you can plug your headphones, because sometimes you have wireless headphones and the battery has died, or you are on a plane and sometimes Bluetooth is not allowed. So I think it's like cutting this possibility, getting rid of it, is not a smart move, but Apple generally surprises us and creates very interesting and creative solutions, so let's see what they have in mind. Okay, moving on, we have the antenna lines. So as you guys can see, I'm just gonna put another image right there, and you guys can see that the antenna lines have changed. Okay, on the bottom and on the top, you can see that the antenna lines do not go from one side to the other. They don't cross the device like we used to have on the iPhone 6 and 6S. They actually make this curve and go around the device, creating this much more elegant look. So we have this first image, and we have this second image right there that you guys can see the whole phone. Okay, so you can see going around the top and going around the bottom, so we don't have those thick lines crossing the body of the device. And the final, almost the final, not the final yet, but another new feature will be the smart connector. So going back to the previous image that I showed you, those three little circles that you can see underneath the written information, those like white outlined circles, they are the smart connectors. We will find that, very likely that we'll find that on the new iPhone. We have this on the iPad Pro, so this is just a new interface to connect to accessories. Okay, so you can just plug your accessory like with this port, and it will provide power to do many different things, like a keyboard or many other accessories that have actually not been created already. So moving on, we have the news feature with the home button. Okay, I don't have any images right here to show you right now, but the home button will probably be different. It will look the same. Okay, so the front of the device will look the same, but it will have a sensor for the pressure, as if it is a 3D touch. So if you put more force on it, or if you just like very slightly press it, it will do two different actions. So looking forward to see that. So let's see what they have in mind. And to finalize this first part of the video, we have the new color. So it has been leaked this past week that Apple is planning on doing an iPhone, making an iPhone with a gloss black color. Gloss black will be, and the first actually hint we had is this image from China, maybe, I'm not really sure, but this little photo showed all the SIM slots, those SIM slots that you can like remove, of all the iPhone colors. So from left to right, we have the new gloss black, we have the silver, the space gray, and then we have the gold, and then the rose gold, and then the gold. So then we saw that we're very likely gonna have a gloss black iPhone, and that is so exciting. I got a prototype, this mock-up, or just in fan art of what it could look like, and look at that, how sexy it is, like it is almost as if the whole device is one color. So the front of it is black, around is black, and there is a night mode option on iOS 10 that some developers have found. This is a hidden feature that when you press it, this night mode, all the iOS, all the software will look in this blackish color. So the device will be pretty much black, pitch black. So then that is so exciting, and that iPhone is like, I'm 100% sure is going to be the first to sold out. So then if you're interested, just make sure you pre-order it. Okay, so talking about pre-ordering it and talking about getting a new iPhone 7, the final question I'm having right now in the final part of the video is, should you? should you get an iPhone 7? And my answer is probably not. Okay, it depends, of course, on your device, and it depends on what your plans are. But if you have, let's say, an iPhone 6s, or if you have an iPhone 6 that is running well, like is my case, I would recommend stick to your device, okay? If it is working, if it is new, stick to your device. And the reason is, we have two reasons for that. First of all, the new features aren't that exciting. The design will look pretty much the same, the features will be pretty much no big deals, you know, so then why would I actually spend that much money on a device that is not very different from yours? If you have that money laying around, of course, and if your device is like broken or very old, okay, but then if not, I really wouldn't recommend. There is nothing on the iPhone 7, or as if from the rumors we have, that say that you should get one. Okay, and the final reason why you should not get an iPhone 7 is that, if you think about it, has the iPhone 7 been a major improve, like the 5S, like the 6 to the 5S, like the 5 to the 4S? No, like it looks pretty much the same. So why did Apple do it in that 2-year generation when they always make the big change, where they always move up the game? Because Apple have big plans on the next year. Next year, 2017, is the 10th anniversary of the iPhone, of the first iPhone that was released in 2007. And because of this, Apple will not have the 7S generation. So in September next year, we're not going to have the iPhone 7S and the 7S Plus. We're going to have an iPhone 8. And we're going to have an iPhone 8 because of this. It is the 10th anniversary. So the next iPhone, this iPhone, is the one you should get, because it will have loads and loads of new features. The design will be different, everything will be new. It will be a major increase. It will be the biggest development, the biggest increase of like design and quality and speed that Apple will do since the beginning of the iPhones. Just so you guys have an idea, I have prepared right here a list of the probable features that the iPhone 8 will have, just so you can understand what I'm talking about. So we are expecting to have an OLED display, so not a LED display like we have here. That's OLED, that is thinner, the blacks are blacker, everything is just amazing, it looks incredible. We're going to have a faster A11 processor, we're going to have a glass body, we're going to have an edge-to-edge display. That means that from top to bottom of the device, it's going to be all glass. Okay, we're not going to have this dead part here on the bottom, for example, and on the top. No, everything will be a display. We're going to have a camera and a Touch ID integrated in the display, of course, because since everything will be a display, the camera and the Touch ID will be all integrated. There will be no buttons, just one big and beautiful OLED display. So no home button, wireless charging, which is something that we have been expecting for such a long time, and we're going to have probably 3 models, one with OLED and 2 standards. So this iPhone 8, this is going to be the game changer. So that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you, and keep that in mind. The decision is yours, of course, but if I were you, I would stick with your device for a little bit longer and get this iPhone 8 that I'm talking about, because that's gonna be the thing. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you if you have watched it so far. I know it's a long video, but I just wanted to make something a little bit different. Please make sure to hit the like button, which is down here, and the subscribe button, which could be anywhere around this screen. So that's pretty much that, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks on the next Monday. So bye bye.